Okay, so welcome to my GitHub and or to my chat where I'll be telling you about how to use API, how to use AI chatbot, and how to maybe create your own for to be able to integrate it to your site, to be able to use it in your site, so you can work on one or two things on your site and maybe do like an automated function to it. So teaching you that you have to make use of my GitHub, and I'll show you on my GitHub, and then I'll show you the code that you use and so on, so that you'll be able to fasten your steps. Yeah, and the API tool, I'll just give it directly maybe at the end of the video, and if you watch the video you might see it there, so that you'll be able to get that meaning. Okay, let's go. So very soon we'll be heading to our browser. If you have a browser, you can head there to it. So as for me, I will be using something, maybe if you get a search engine, whatever you call it. So as for me, I'll be using um the Brave browser. I'll be using the Brave browser. So Brave, I will be using Brave for this experiment. So now, when I head to Brave, I'll first of all, what I need to do is to get to a GitHub account. That is my own. I've been working on a GitHub account, and the other repository kind of like messed up. So I made a new one. So you can head out to github.com forward slash github.com forward slash um yeah, I think protect, no, okay, prosper, yes, yeah, okay, I'll just begin with protect slash, okay, it's not slash, okay, iPhone prosper, okay, prosper. So I'll head for this one now. This is my first repository. I kind of lost it, my first GitHub account. I kind of lost it. So you actually see that there, okay, there I have popular repositories, two popular repositories since then, and I've touched it all at once, so you can see just two popular repositories on it. So this is now the one we'll be using. The one we'll be using actually is the reverse. The name is instead now github.com. Yeah, you will now be prosper, okay, yeah, prosper, yeah, iPhone protect, prosper iPhone protect. So that's a GitHub. So once you do, you hit the enter button. So now, okay, you can see this is the GitHub G prosper protect. So you actually see that this is my GitHub with 28 repositories on it. Then you can maybe check on it, and you see that the repository section, yeah, there, that's what I'm talking about, the 28 repository. So the reason I work on is the how they call it, the WebSocket. So you can call it the chatbot WebSocket API. Yeah, the chatbot WebSocket API. So mostly it was first of all done for listening. That's why it's forked from my other repositories that I work on bot testing. So I work on mostly bot testing than this one. So I also work on bot testing on this one. So what we need here, you see, we have our readme. Our readme, you can check our readme from the CEO stuff to the top where I have screenshot, getting started, and so on. So you look at the screenshot. It has a sample code of it has a sample response of a screenshot I did from the AI response I did. So you have project structure, customization, license, and contact. So you can find all that there. Okay, sorry, Brave isn't respond. So at the top now, okay, so we're back at the top. We're making use now of a file called index.html. That's the only file we'll be using. So we won't touch the readme. We don't need the chatbot screenshot. So you just click on the index.html file and you open here. So now what we need to do now, we have to go now, we'll click on the three dots. Look, I will click on the three dots here. Yeah, so that three dots, when you tap now on the three dots, you now have what, you now have copy. So you now see copy, view, download. So you can either copy, you can either view, you can either download. So what we take is copy. We take on copy, so you can press Control Shift and Shift plus C and you copy, or V. So and that is done now. So now we're heading out to an IDE, integrated development environment, of any kind, maybe for mobile, or if you want, so you can since I'm using mobile, you can maybe use your machine. So let's just open it, though this one will be taking time. I think too much processes and too much code on this Unwriter. So I basically got two Unwriter both. Yeah, okay, this one got a lot of codes there, so we won't be using it. We'll just like head to the other one. Yeah, okay, let's just try to click the plus sign and create new. Nope. Okay, we'll use the other one, the Unwriter. Yeah, so we'll use this Unwriter HTML, or we'll now have to start with this one. So what we'll use, we'll now click on paste to paste our code, and when our code is being pasted, what we'll do, we have to run the code. So we can now run our code. So but then you can now check is being supported by Tailwind, NPM and so on. So you can now look from the integration, right from the style of CSS. I will talk about the body, the class, and the keyframes, timestamp, and a lot. And also you can also see you can modify them. But when it comes to JavaScript, mostly if you are not really versed in JavaScript, don't modify much. Just modify the orange, what's in the orange, what's being oranged. So you can make a little bit of modification in some aspect, in those aspects, because they are being modifiable. So like you can see, like hello, I am CEO, that I am developer, and the mobile I am a software engineer. So that you can change. And also we'll be going to our WebSocket API integration line, where you have to see we have WebSocket equals to new WebSocket, which our WebSocket has our WebSocket name is being linked to a backend, our backend, which is build API build picoapps.com. That's the site I actually look at and be able to maybe to build, and so many other projects. So like a repository that I worked on, and it was for an application for somebody. Yes, for somebody. I'll tell you guys later. So you can look at the code, look at it detailedly, and maybe see one or two things that you can that can perform and maybe modify. So we'll make, what we do is that you can see AI as AI that can be modifiable too. So what we'll do is that we'll later on can run the code, then after we're done viewing our code, maybe modifying and certain aspects. So if all that is done, but now first let me tell you also something. So we have the load child history. So it loads the history, it loads all what it has been saved in the past text. So you first of all save the history, it does what, you save it to your local host and so on. So you can now do what, you can now retrieve it whenever you log in to your chat. Okay, so we hit the play button, so you can actually see this is the code what I did earlier. Yes, you can find the sample screenshot on the GitHub account. Yeah, so this is what I did. So it's been saved to my local storage, that's why it's not erasable, but I can clear chat whenever I need to use, and I keep on writing. You keep saving and saving and saving, so that's how it keeps going. So we can now clear chat. Yeah, we won't clear the chat, and also we can now maybe type something like hello AI and send. Okay, hello, how can I assist you today? Can now type another thing like can you dev maybe like define, but sorry, my keyboard too also a little bit malfunction. Yeah, so okay, define. Yeah, so okay, I was trying to say, can you define API, or can you define AI? No. Okay, but still certainly define typically means to explain. Okay, that's cool. Now let's okay, we can maybe later on ask more questions, or maybe more aspects. If you want to learn more about responses, you can maybe ask it due to your predefined function. You can also reply it based on it. Maybe you can write something like um let's say, okay, so just for it's a WebSocket API, so just know you can also add your predefined function to it. So now I'll head over to my WhatsApp to show you the WebSocket API code. I'll be sending out, I'll be dropping to you after the video, after you watch the video, my API, so you will see it, that is it there. So you can maybe copy it and maybe attach it to your code, or better still, you modify the code that is ahead of you. The code you see above, you can maybe modify it and maybe add your own to make it look how you do, or integrate it to your site. So now I'll just head here again. So I have a brief overview of how, so to have another function again, who like try something. Okay, so we'll now try this. Yeah. Okay, who is your developer? So you realize that this is a predefined function. Who is your developer? So when we are done, we take Ask AI. So once you click on Ask, okay, it now writes, I was developed by the CEO's Foundation team of AI developers and software engineers. I am an AI created to assist and provide information to users like you. How can I help you today? So that isn't that interesting? Okay, cool. AI is good and so on. Yeah, so he's been helping us in doing so many things, and we'll be able to maybe get so many records and down and down. So that's the info gotten, and this too is being saved to the locals. And thank you. See you next time. Goodbye.